Oh hi. Debrecen, the city in the east of Hungary, the second in population city in the country after Budapest, the administrative center to a Mediterranean Bihar. Population for January 1, 2016, 203,059 people. Debrecen is located in the historical region Alfiold, Srednodonetski Plain. In 220 kilometers to the east from Budapest, in 50 kilometers to the south from Nyíregyháza. In 30 kilometers to the east there passes the Romanian border. Debrecen is connected by several highways with Budapest. Autobahn M and Highway E, through Szolnok. Miskolc, the Romanian city of Ordia. The highway goes from Debrecen through Nyíregyháza to the Ukrainian Est and further to Uzsérad. Through the city the railroad Est, Debrecen, Szolnok, Budapest runs. Time and way by train from the capital, about 3 hours. Near Debrecen the international airport, the country's second largest after Budapest, is located. The airport was opened for commercial flights in 2001 on the basis of the reconstructed airfield of the former Soviet military base. 1 year later the international flights began to be performed from him. The leader in demand at the Debrecen airport is the Hungarian budget airline Wizz Air. City transport of Debrecen is presented by the bus and trolleybus networks and 2 tram lines going from the central railway station to the main building of the Debrecen University and in the direction of an agrarian campus of the university. The etymology of the name is definitely not established. There are several points of view. The name of Slavic origin, from sly good, the good soil. According to other version the name of the city comes from the Slavic word Debrecen, which, presumably, was the first name of the city, the kind price, a jungle, the dense wood, a thicket. According to the Hungarian historians, the name comes from Turkic language. Kipchakski language. Teresen tilde Debrecen, that means, to move, live, or a man's name. Also there is a version of the Polish origin of the name of the city, from Dobsonioni, deer. In a domestic historiography Debrecen was called Debrecen during the Soviet period, starting with the first edition of the Big Soviet Encyclopedia and the Small Soviet Encyclopedia. The name Debrecen is incorrect, correct, Debrecen. This city was formed by merge of several neighboring settlements. For the first time Debrecen is mentioned in 1235. In 1361 the King Lajos granted to Debrecen the status of the free city. In the 15th-16th centuries Debrecen became the important trade city. A large number of fairs, mainly agricultural, was held here. From 1450 to 1507 it was owned by Hunyadi's family. After invasion of Turks in the middle of the 16th century Debrecen fell under the power of governors of Transylvania and received the semi-autonomous status which I used till 1693 when together with other Hungary was a part of the Empire of Habsburg. In 1673 to Debrecen 40 Protestant pastors, then the ideas of the Reformation widely extended in the city, were sent from the Habsburg Empire. Debrecen received the informal name the Hungarian Geneva and still remains the largest center of the Hungarian Calvinism. The Roman Catholic Church could return to the city only in 1715 when the monastery of an award of Pyre and Cathedral Street was built. Anas In 1849 Debrecen appeared in the center of the Hungarian Revolution of 1848-1849. In April 1849 in the Debrecen Big Church the meeting of the state meeting at which Lajos should read the Declaration on the Hungarian Independence opened. For a revolution Debrecen became actually the capital of the country. After suppression of revolution in the city gradually economic growth began again. In 1857 Debrecen and Budapest were connected by the railroad. A number of factories, banks, schools, hospitals and new buildings quickly grew in the city. In 1884 in Debrecen the Hungary's first tram on steam draft was started up. After World War I to Romania the considerable part of East Hungarian lands then Debrecen was almost border city departed. During World War II the city strongly was damaged. In October 1944 in his vicinities there took place the Debrecen operation after which 50% of buildings of the city were completely destroyed, another 20% suffered damage. Restoration of the city continued up to the 60th years of the 20th century. In the second half of the 20th century Debrecen became the third largest city of Hungary after Budapest and Miskolc, and in the 90s, the second after strong outflow of the population from Miskolc as a result of industrial crisis. Till 1990 in Debrecen there was a large Soviet garrison. The Debrecen University, one of the most known educational institutions of the country. It was founded in 1538 as Calvinist College. In 1912 it is transformed to the Royal University. In 2000 its structure included the Agricultural University, the Medical University and the University of 50. Kossuth. The formed Uniform University of Debrecen includes 11 faculties and 2 colleges. Here more than 3,000 students study. The university also provides training at English for a great number of the international students from around the world. Primary branches of the city are pharmaceutical industry, TEVA Gedeon Richter, the mechanical engineering and automotive industry, Continental, BMW. In the city one of the strongest soccer teams of the country, FE Debrecen, won the championships of the country in 2005, 2006, 2007, 2009, 2010, 2012 and 2014 is based. On May 1, 2014 in Debrecen the Nodirdio Stadium which accommodates 20340 people was open. Around stadium the racetrack long about 1 kilometer which includes rises and descents is laid. In March 2016 in the city there took place the Junior World Figure Skating Championship. The main place for sports is the Territory of Sports faculty of the Debrecen University, DIAC, which is equipped with the latest infrastructure, a set of football stadiums of the different sizes, racetracks opened and covered by tennis courts, halls for basketball and a futsal, gyms, platforms with exercise machines in the open air, cafe, the parking and designate. The sports basin of Debrecen, which is equipped with 150-meter pool, 125-meter pool, 1 superficial pool for children, 2 saunas, a jacuzzi, a tub with cold water, the pool with water from thermal sources and also a set of cams, the high-tech systems of storage of personal belongings and a great number of rescuers and trainers who are present at pools all the time also is rather popular. In the territory there are a cafe and the big free parking. The sports pool is intended both for professional competitions and for ordinary visitors. During the competitions it is possible to be present at quality of the viewer. The special balcony with stands which accommodate more than 500 people is for this purpose constructed. The complex is also used for carrying out lessons of swimming for pupils of younger and high schools and also for students of the university. Population 2013 204,333, 2014 203,914, 2021 200,974. The population of the city doesn't grow from the 1990th and makes about card people for 2014. 94% of inhabitants are Hungarians. There are also Roma, Germans and Romanians. Thanks to the Debrecen University, the city is diluted by a great number of young students of different cultures and nationalities. Them is in Debrecen up to 100,000. In the city there is a refugee camp which are transported further to Western Europe. Nationalities of these refugees, generally Iraqis, Afghans, Nigerians, Kosovan Albanians. Sites: Big Church. The Calvinist Cathedral is constructed in style neoclassicism in 1821. The largest Protestant temple of the country. Cathedral of Saint Anne. The Catholic cathedral built by an award of Pyre in 1715. Reformed College. Nowadays in the building the Museum of History of Protestantism in Hungary and also the largest library of historical and religious literature. Greco-Catholic Church. It is built in 1910 in the Byzantine style. Thermal Nediorgia Park. A big water complex with thermal bathtubs and pools. Hotel building Gold Bull. The oldest hotel of Hungary. Main building of the Debrecen University. Sieropti Museum. The exposition of the museum is devoted to ethnography and national art. And 40 kilometers from Debrecen there is a national park of Hortobad, included in the list of World Heritage of UNESCO. Also far. Write comments. Read comments. Interesting people will tell interesting stories. All of good mood and good luck.